This has been a real shitty couple weeks, guys. You might hear me in a second. All right. You guys have no idea what I had to do just to get here. Oh my god. It's just me, as you can see. I think I'm gonna zoom in here. I just decided to do this like not that long ago. Here, let's extreme close up. Fuck it. It's gonna have to do. It's gonna have to do. It's what I get for waiting till the last second. But it seems like everything's working, so that's good. Are you guys there? Or did I lose you? Did it stop? Because that happens too. No, still there. Just to get here was a headache. And I'm not going to be on long. It's just me, like I said. I wanted to talk though because a lot has happened in wrestling, and you'll see whatever reason Restream Chat not working. So I'm trying to keep up with you guys on my phone, which is always great when you're trying to do video. I'm trying. I'm trying really hard this week. I wanted to do a show. We haven't talked in a while, and like I said, lots and lots of stuff has happened in the world of wrestling since the last time we spoke. So I want to start here. I guess socials at WrestlePalsVA on Twitter machine, on the Facebook WrestlePalsVA, all that stuff. Yeah, don't ask that question because I don't know. I haven't heard from him. That's the best I can say. That is the best I can say. Patreon.com/ohhijustin can help me a great deal, and I'm going to leave it at that. You know, if I get back around to it, then I get back around to it. Let's talk about wrestling and stuff, eh? So last week we went over to SmackDown because it was here in Norfolk. We went to the Scope, and first of all, what a show. It was a blast. Actually got to go with Missy, who had never been to a live wrestling show before. So that was a great deal of fun, actually, having somebody who had never been to a wrestling show go to not a live event, but go to a TV taping and see all the inner workings, which in turn has sparked a new idea that you'll hear about soon. I can't wait. That's what I'll say about that. I really can't wait for this new idea. And hi Brian, hi Joe. Who else did I see in here? Lauren, Chris, Tony. If you guys are still there, I have no idea. It says you are, but I don't know if you're still there. Oh, hi Jenny. And we go out to the Scope. It was Jenny, James, myself, and Missy. And what a swell dude Lince Dorado is. We had bought our tickets, and we were just content with they were apparently obstructed view. When we got into the arena, there was no obstructed views. In the Norfolk Scope Arena, the Norfolk Scope Arena is going to be on fire. And it wasn't. Hey, Chris. The Norfolk, I guess I'll repeat it. The Norfolk Scope Arena is going to be on fire. So our seat was supposedly obstructed. Again, we get in and realize not the case. But early on in the day, James and I were tweeting back and forth about going to see wrestling, getting to see 205 Live, and in passing, he mentioned Lince Dorado. And Jenny goes, "Oh man, I forgot that, this was tonight. I made plans with my daughter." Lince Dorado hops in. This was through no tag and goes, "Hey, cancel those plans. I got tickets for you." And Lince Dorado came up with 4 tickets for us. We were really, really close, and that was pretty freaking neat. That Lince Dorado pulled through with 4 tickets pretty much last minute, and we got pretty close. We weren't on the floor or anything, but we were really close. And actually, I was watching. Actually, it was SmackDown last night. When I was watching SmackDown, one of the camera views, you could see my orange Ugliography shirt. Like, that's how close we were. If we had kept the original seats, we would have been on TV, though, is what Jenny said. Yeah, possibly. I mean, we would have been up there, but we would have been on, for sure. Like, I actually watched last week's 205 Live back because I kept being, Justin. when you go to a wrestling show with Justin, you definitely know. You go anywhere with me and you know you're there with me. That's the best way I can describe it. And it was fun. So I told you guys before that I was going to meet Liv. Failed miserably at this. But I did slide up in them DMs. I did DM her. I said, "Hey, a man of very few regrets could, or I didn't meet you in July when you were here. I'd love to meet you if you're here in Norfolk. And she didn't reply. I thought for sure, oh, okay, well maybe I overstepped. Maybe I got it all wrong, and maybe I'm just a stupid. Well, I am a stupid, but maybe I'm more of a stupid than I thought I was. Oh yeah, we had to throw one up. Throw them up, which was a lot of fun because at the beginning we were all geeked up about the possibility of seeing Oni Lorcan, and so I would just randomly go throw one up, and we would all just go throw them up. And I was trying to sing along to his. Actually, I did. I sung along with his theme. Oh, oh, fun. I'm just saying, it's fun to go to wrestling. It's fun to go to wrestling shows with me because I'm stupid, and I'm very willing to be stupid no matter the situation. So I DM'd Liv, and she didn't respond to me. I thought for sure I'd overstepped my bounds, but that's not the case, guys. The next morning, 7 a.m., she responds, I was, which bummed me out because I was like, oh, well, then, maybe she was just avoiding me, which sucks. To which I responded, well, I'm sorry I missed you. Next time? ? To which she said, for sure. So I'm geeked up on that, guys. I'm real. I don't know what you want from me. I'm real. And this was just, it was a nice little kicker to the next morning for this whole thing. Like I said, we got the tickets from Lince Dorado, which put us way closer, which was really cool. And the show itself was really awesome. Who knew that Elias versus Ali was going to be awesome? Not me. I was looking forward to Gable and Andrade, which delivered. It was great live. And I was like, well, Ali's awesome. Elias is good if he's in there with the right guy. Apparently, Ali and Elias is a good matchup. It was really good. I don't know how it played on TV, but it was awesome live. I feel like Norfolk was a really good crowd. I was really proud of our crowd. There was not too many moments where I was like, man, why am I here? During 205 Live, there was a match with Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa, where they were wrestling job guys. And somebody said, let's go jobbers. And I was like, that's not nice. But then eventually a let's go jobbers chant does get going. And I don't know, man. I'm just like, man, that's a real bummer. That is a real bummer. Don't do that. But all in all, what a wonderful experience. There isn't a bad seat in the Norfolk Scope. I have to say that. It is truly a wonderful arena. And I don't say that just because it's, here, it's locally, but it's a good arena. It's a really good one to see wrestling in. It is neat to see because we were hard camera side. So it was neat to see kind of like the inner workings of like at one point, both Missy and I got caught up because one of the guys running cables with the camera, the cable got all caught up. And so like the camera guy's just like stuck. He can't go anywhere. And they're trying to like, frantically untangle the cable. There's something. That was pretty much right at the end of SmackDown. Guys, Eric Rowan. You guys digging this? I am really digging this. I think it has a massive amount of potential. And it catapults Rowan into a place he's never been before, because that last solo run when he was coming out to the banjo thing and he was like the misunderstood good guy genius, I liked him in it, but it didn't grab you. Like, obviously, it didn't last. But this, I feel like, can last. Now, chances are he's probably going to lose to Roman, which is a bummer because you have this elevation here over the last 2 weeks where he looks strong. and he's probably going to lose to Roman. I hope he doesn't, because I think the character could use a good couple wins here. Is Rowan World Championship material? Probably not. But is he somebody who can be a credible Kane-like monster bad dude? Sure. Absolutely. Like, and for a good while, too, as long as he can stay healthy, which I know he's had some injuries, but I don't think they shelved him for too long. So, I mean, that will be interesting to see. And I loved the play of, yeah, Roman, I'm the one who did all this stuff. I'm hurting you, and I'm geeked about it. And I loved that this week on the show, the continuation, he was mad because he had something to say. I wanted to say something. And Roman interrupted him. I dig it. I think there's something there. Now again, is this like a main event push? Like, is this somebody who can? I mean, it's been the main event of SmackDown now 2 weeks in a row, and it's been good. And to me, it's actually a satisfying answer to whodunit. I'm curious to where it goes, like what kind of legs it has. Can he beat Roman? Or will he beat Roman, I should say, because can he? Sure, especially right now. And speaking of character changes, Bayley got she's getting a reaction. I'm still not sold that she's a bad guy. Everybody's assuming heel turn, and I'm not saying it's not, but I always wait and see with stuff like this, because Becky was supposed to have turned bad guy too, like SummerSlam of last year, and it didn't work. The fans rejected it. The fans are rejecting this. They're pretty psyched to see her be a badass, only even more so of a badass than she's been. So until I hear words that are like bad guy words, and until the fans boo, like, because every time she was hitting Charlotte with a chair, place erupted, place went nuts, and one more time. There's nothing to boo about it yet. Now, last night against Ember kind of steered that way a little bit more, so maybe it's still kind of I don't want to say a slow burn situation, because hitting Lynch and Flair with the chairs is bad guy stuff, but that leads me to this Sunday. So it's Charlotte Flair versus Bayley for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, and I thought for sure that Bayley was going to lose, because heading up till a couple weeks ago, I thought for sure that was the case. There was no way that Bayley was going to retain. She was going to have to hand over the championship. They just didn't believe in her. Now I'm not so sure. At worst, it throws everything into question. I think my brother thinks that Charlotte's going to win, and it's going to set Bayley off, which is possible too. They did a pretty similar thing with Becky last year at SummerSlam, where she lost the match. She wasn't the champion. She lost the match and flipped her ass. And again, crowd revolted. They wanted her to be a good guy. Is Nate peeing? I don't know. I don't know where he is. I have no idea where he is. So that's a question for Nate. But it's been too many weeks. I couldn't not do show. Had to do something. Hopefully we can get back together and get it. Oh, well, thank you, kind sir. I'm feeling handsome. And I'm wearing my Shinsuke shirt. That feels good. Feels good. The worst thing is, the way I have this set up is my laptop is over here, and I keep wanting to look over here to make sure everything's all right, but the camera's over there. I messed that up big time. So, what else has happened in wrestling? We talked about. Hey, Chris. Chris says he'll come fill in. So we talked about. Oh God, we didn't even get to talk about. So NXT UK Takeover. I don't know if any of you guys watched that, but the takeaway is you have to watch Walter and Tyler Bate. You have to. The other matches are very good, but the match to watch is Walter and Tyler Bate. Like, that's the one you can't. Joe wants to know if he can borrow a book. I don't think we have any, man. There's like none up here. I don't know, man. There's definitely none over there either. So I don't know. Joe's gonna be over here Saturday because we're doing brand new on the Deprogrammed. This actually doesn't look. The room doesn't look that bad on the camera. I mean, again, I rushed this setup in like, I don't know, 10 minutes. So I feel like I could have set up a little bit better. But the room looks good. You know, with the light, and I think I got the camera right. All these angles are stupid bad, and Justin is legit a slim, handsome stud. Well, I thank you kindly, sir, and I'm working on it. And STL, someone tell Liv. So we were talking about NXT UK Takeover, and again, really good show. So the big show though was All Out, and I do not know where I'm at with All Elite Wrestling. I really don't know. And I say this all the time on the show, so I apologize for being repetitive. But I really don't know where I'm at with them. I didn't watch the show, so I have to say that. I definitely didn't make a big effort to watch it. I wasn't able to watch that night. Where was I? Doing something I think I was just out with the family that night, and I was like, no big deal. I'll catch a stream of it, or I'll find it online. The next day, the next time I have a day off. Nah, I was able to watch the buy-in, and I hate to echo the internet, but I think All Elite needs to be done with. I'm not saying never do battle royales, but I don't know, man. That's two of them, and neither one was there was spots in the men's one that was good, like Orange Cassidy being vicious, but in this women's one, other than seeing a couple names that I was pretty pretty excited about, like Nikki, Nicole Savoy. I was super excited for her, but the rest of it, I don't want to say I didn't care, but like I was just like, okay, well, this is happening. I did manage to watch Cody and Shawn Spears. Here's the thing with that. I think this is where I'm at with AEW right now, is I think I understand where people who people that complain about WWE, right? That don't actually watch it. I think I know where they're coming from, because if you don't watch a program, if you don't watch the program, like if you don't watch WWE but then you watch a pay-per-view and can't get invested in the matches because you haven't been keeping up, well, of course it's not going to be great. Or it's not going to live up to what you hope and expect anyway of it. That's kind of what I've been doing with AEW. Double or Nothing, again, tremendous, because you have a couple stories that were already built before All Elite was even a company. They've been trying to tell Cody and Spears. I never bought into it, first of all. And the big sell was the chairs, the unprotected chair shot however many months ago, and to me that was the turnoff. But I'm not watching any of the road twos or any of that, so it's, if I was going to buy the show, the buy-in made me not want to spend my money. Precisely, and I hate being one of those guys that streams everything for free, but right now that's the only thing I could do with anything with AEW. But so I started watching Cody and Shawn, and I couldn't buy into the match at all. I like both guys. I couldn't buy it. I didn't care about the story they were trying to tell in the ring because I never bothered to buy into the story they told before they got to the ring. And I mean, that's on me for sure, but I'm not going to watch all your YouTube stuff. I'm not going to watch Being the Elite because, again, we've talked about this before. Last few times I watched Being the Elite, I was out. I was just done with it. I wanted nothing to do with it. So I think AEW will be fine, but I think I need TVs because I need the stories. I think they try to do too much before TV got set up. I that's the best thing I can say about it is I'm not out. I can't be. It's not fair to be. It's not fair to be completely out yet. But Brian, online there's a site. There's a site. But in all actuality, that goes back to what I said though. I couldn't find All Out. I couldn't find it at all. There was links there, but none of them worked. So what are you going to do? I'm very much looking forward to Night of Champions, though. And I do apologize. I'm kind of all over the map here. There's all this wrestling stuff that's been sitting in my head that I just haven't been. Oh, shoot. You know what? Let's not talk about Clash of Champions. Let's talk about this. Apparently, Triple H today, the Cracker Barrel match was epic. Well, I mean, I guess that was the three-way match, right? Janela, Darby Allin, and Havoc, I think. I wasn't able to find that. I was able to watch a little bit of Pac and Omega, which has that New Japan feel of, I don't really need a story. I just want to watch these guys wrestle. And so, like, they got away with that. Like, they didn't have to tell a story in the ring because this was last-minute replacement for Moxley, and they're just going to fight and see who's better. And, you know, that's a very New Japan approach, which is why I can watch New Japan without any kind of TVs or anything. But for a match like Cody and Spears, like, it didn't work because there was a story there. I couldn't even find Jericho and Hangman Page, which I see a lot of. I see a lot of people giving AEW. Here's one thing I'll say. I mean, there's still the AEW fanboys who are not going to dump on it no matter what. You know, they're going to go to bat for it. It is funny to me to see the people dumping all over Brock Lesnar winning championships, praising Jericho winning championships, and then saying the same things about Jericho winning a championship, that the same reasons why Brock Lesnar's winning championships. Ratings. Jericho's a draw. Like, to me, I'm not going to complain about Jericho being champion because it makes sense. Like, he's the biggest name in the company. The biggest name outside of wrestling in the company being the important thing. He's going to bring the most eyes to the product. That's what makes the most sense. Put it on him. Build somebody to chase him down and win it down the line. Same thing could be said about Brock, couldn't it? Brock brings the most outside eyes onto the WWE. Look, I don't love Brock as champ because, you know, the same arguments people are saying, oh, you know, he'll be there full time, but that doesn't matter. The reasons are the same. Eyeballs, money. It's all the same, man. Dumping. I've managed to get this far insanely by myself. I think I've been talking for like 25 minutes, guys. Of course, I've dumped out everything that there is. So let's get back to this. 205 Live, apparently Triple H has confirmed that 205 Live will be morphing with NXT. So when it goes live, probably in a couple next week. So probably not next week or the week after, but soon. I don't know how soon, but it will get absorbed. 205 will get absorbed by NXT. Now, on like the surface, I hate it because 205 Live is a great brand. Like, all those wrestlers are they're great, and I love watching it as it is. But it's better to put it out of its misery. When we went last week, like more than half the crowd left before 205 Live even started, which makes me wonder, do they know when they get tickets that 205 Live is there? The placement of it is clearly wrong, like after SmackDown, after you've been there for a couple hours. How you going to lose the belt 2 hours after winning it? Yeah, Jericho had the belt stolen from him. He got it back. Good for him. With a little bit of the bubbly. I feel bad because I think I essentially told Ellie that there wasn't going to be a show, and then I started putting all this stuff together, and I didn't get a chance to tell her that there was going to be some sort of semblance of a show. But 205 Live getting absorbed by NXT on paper, like the reality of it, is great. Because number one, you have these existing storylines that can now help fill out that second hour without relying too much on bringing in people from Raw and SmackDown. The Cruiserweight title becomes another championship that people on NXT can fight for, which is great. And I think that I need some water. This is the worst part about doing one-man shows. You got to do a lot of talking. I never even thought about it. I'm not making 2 hours tonight, everybody. That ain't happening. I'll be lucky to make one. I forgot where I was going with that thread, but 205 Live getting absorbed by NXT. Oh yeah, it's sad to see they deserve to be in front of an excited crowd, and these bigger arenas just aren't for aren't for 205. I don't think. I feel like being in that smaller crowd, that smaller because at first it's still going to be at Full Sail. Being in that Full Sail crowd where the crowd is going to be fired up for wrestling. And here's another thing I thought of. Guys like Kanellis being able to be at takeovers, because unfortunately, like he made his debut. I don't remember which pay-per-view it was, but he made his debut. Maybe it was Money in the Bank. He made his debut, had a match at a pay-per-view, and I don't think he's been back to a pay-per-view of any kind. And I think we got to see him wrestle Tony Nese live. It was a great match. It really was. It was. I mean, not just because I'm a fan. It's hard to be a fan of a bad guy. It's hard to be like an excited fan of a bad guy, because I like to be the kind of fan that boos bad guys and cheers good guys. I pride myself in not being a jerk. But I can't bring myself to boo Kanellis. I want so much more from him. There's so much potential. And I don't know, maybe programming-wise, that's what they're doing. And I think the way they're having him come up against his wife, like last night on 205, I feel like maybe they are trying to get some cheers for him. Be interesting to see like how that plays, because again, fluidity, like in and out of that division, if they're on NXT. I mean, I'm all for seeing Kanellis. I'm for Kanellis versus Cole. Rumor mill says, because Kevin Owens got fired on SmackDown last night, which we all know how that always goes. Has he even been on TV? Kanellis was on. He's on 205. He hasn't been on Raw in a good couple weeks. He did that 24/7 storyline with Maria, and then he's pretty much disappeared since. Jenny says, I am a jerk. She was cheering for Elias, like pretty hardcore, for other reasons than just liking the Elias character, methinks. I also, did we talk about Liv cutting her hair? Because we haven't seen her. So she's still not showing herself. Actually, I saw somewhere today that she actually took a picture with somebody and asked them, hey, please don't share that. Which is cool. She's trying to protect the character, which hopefully we see next Tuesday. With a bad guy Bailey, I think maybe we're going to see like Ember catapult Mella's around somewhere. Who are the other good guys? You've got the Kabuki Warriors, but First of all, they're off TV inexplicably. I assume it must have something to do with Paige's surgery. And then maybe Liv, because again, I don't think people want to boo Liv. That promo from when she left, where she said, when I come back, I'm going to be real. If Charlotte loses to Bayley specifically, you have somewhere for Liv to go. And then if Bayley turns more towards the bad guy side, that's somewhere for Liv to go. Well, there's things. Jenny loves Elias. She wants to walk with Elias. That's what WWE stands for, I hear. Is this restream chat still not working? Because that would... Oh, hey, it is. All right. Well, that's a little bit better than staring at my phone trying to keep up. Boo, Liv. How... Boo, Liv. I'm hurt. You know what's also weird? This is completely off topic. So after the show last Tuesday, we went out. We're hungry. We were going to get some foods, and all of downtown Norfolk closed at like 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night. What is this? We had to go like, it wasn't that far, but it was like 4 blocks to find something open. I have no idea. All right. Okay. I keep looking at this, and I need to not look at this, because now I have this. You ever seen one of these? Oh. I don't know what's going on the Twitter machine either. Well, now that I have this set up, though, I feel like if I can spend a little time making a little bit of better setup, I can do this for other things other than just WrestlePals, maybe. I can't believe I've gone this long. Guys, I don't know. How long have I been on? This is ridiculous. I've been streaming for 39 minutes, so pretty much I've only been talking for 37. I've been talking for 37 minutes to myself. That's madness. That is just ridiculous. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Jenny turned heel on me in the hug line today, which is a real bummer. The Winnipeg Arena is going to be on fire. I want to show you this. Actually, I was trying to... I'm doing a show-ish thing. Sorry. God. I can't talk and type, apparently. Normally I would, say, hey, you talk for a second. In set up. I was going to show you guys this. Oh, because of the lighting, you can't see it. No. Well, that was all effed up. So what are you guys looking forward to with wrestling? What's coming up? If I was a wrestler, I'd be a heel. I'm getting excited for this idea that's coming around. By the way, guys, there is an idea coming around the bend, and you're going to want to subscribe on the Twitch. That's all I'm saying, is get on that, because just pay attention, okay? Once I know more, you guys will know more. But it's happening, and I've been working really hard on it so far, and it's gonna be shameful good times. All right, so you guys don't want all these details. Let's talk about if I were to hop on to Twitch afterwards, which I probably will. Actually, Jenny and I were talking about playing RDR tonight. So I don't think I'm going to be on here much longer. There's not much more for me to talk about by myself. But if you're on the Twitch, subscribe, and Oh Hi Justin 14 is our Twitch channel. get on there, and I think we're going to play some RDR. So if you guys want to chat along with us, I wonder if my Twitch is even synced up because I have it on my dumb phone. I'm going to open up Twitch and see if I'm missing stuff from there. Sorry, guys. No, doesn't appear so. But I've been on for 42 minutes. This is ridiculous. I don't ever suggest anybody ever doing a one-man show. It's way too much. It's insanely too much. But I don't know if you guys... No, unfortunately, it's not the radio deal. It's something else. Because the radio people have kind of just not been paying attention to me. But it's something else, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. What was I talking about? This is a problem. This is a big time problem. I don't suggest anybody do a solo show ever. Especially not live. It's too much. The plan is to broadcast some, at least. Because I do have to say this as well. Red Dead Online mode, not as bad. We played it a couple weeks ago. We actually had some fun. Who knew? So I feel good. Got to talk to you guys about wrestling for a little bit. I'm going to get out of here because I would love for you to fill in, Chris, but it's hard enough getting the... Cool. I'm having hard enough time just getting this far. Getting Skype in, not going to happen. Like, it's just not. Actually, that kind of ties in with, and hey, if you want to hear all this stuff, I talk about it every day, Monday through Friday on Oh Hi Justin, patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. $1 a month gets you the Oh Hi Justin pod, and you can hear everything that's going on in my life. I probably froze because I'm having some sort of issues. Chris said he's going to move back. Word. I probably did freeze. I'm having all sorts of issues with this laptop, so it's quite a possibility that I froze. So with that, I'm gonna get out of here. I don't know if you can still hear me or not, or if you can only see a frozen me and not hear me anymore. But I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully, we will be up next week as well. What's issues? Hopefully, we'll be up again next week. Maybe. We'll see. Who knows? It's a real crapshoot, folks. I'm going to switch this, and hopefully you can see this. Look at this. Oh, look at you, Otis. You're something special, aren't you? I like that guy. All right, guys. We'll talk to you next week, hopefully, and thanks for putting up with my garbage self. Good night, everybody. Oh, goddamn, #WrestlePals.